best. Different set of problems. Yeah, like you did. This is that thing we came back from the beach yesterday. Got home Thursday, but the house was pulled the boat out, went to the river. We were out about lunch. I was like, it's hot, and I don't want to do anything. It's my vacation.
Gone.
We had
I call this meeting to order. As you see, all board members are present, and I will lead us in prayer and please remain standing for the pledge. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you so much for this day, and thank you for this great week at school, and a smooth start so far, and be with us as we continue to make decisions in the best interest of the children of Watauga County, faculty and staff as well. In Jesus' name, amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Board members, you've received the agenda for the meeting. May I get a motion to approve the agenda? A second? A second. All those in favor, please raise your right hand.
All right, thank you. First item for receive this information, here recently, our board members have completed their compliance requirements, and we also have a couple members that achieved level 3 in the School Board Member Academy for the 24-25 academy year that ended on June the 30th. They met the required hours of training under the School Board Governance Improvement Act and completed the orientation requirements. Board members, we want to thank you for everything that you do for our school district and all that you do for me every day, and our kids and our families and our students. We have a great system, and you guys are the support behind it, so we appreciate what you do. At this time, I would like to present our board members with their certificates of completion from ASB. And Mr. Robbins, I know you're going to feel a little left out being our newest member, but I would love to tell you this, and I think our board members will agree, you'll have plenty of opportunities to get some training in over the next few months. But board members, just real quick, I'm gonna call your name, we'll get a quick picture. Ms. Thomas, I think you wanted some pictures. We'll just do it right here. So first up, Ms. Jackson, come on down. There's several certificates here. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Appreciate what you do. There you go.
Oh, we do it.
Where do you want us, Ms. Thomas? On in front? Okay.
There you go. Oh, I took some. We'll take a big one at the end.
However you want to do it.
Yeah, just stand up.
There you go.
There we go.
Sounds good.
Oh.
All by yourself.
Like schools.
There you go. Good. Leave it to me, I messed it up. Rolling on. Next up, Mr. Glover. Come on up. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you.
There you go. I would walk with you, but I got out of trouble. Next up, we got Ms. Crockett. Congratulations again. And then last, Mr. Hollis. Come on down. Go there. Now we will all come
Yes.
down.
But they need to come right Sarah from the logo. It's like awards day.
Break the eyes.
I'm not doing yellow.
We joke and kid about that a little bit, but there is a lot of time and hours that have to get put into to get the certifications, and we appreciate y'all doing that. The only other item on the agenda for receive this information is just a policy update to policy 3.21. In your packet, you will see some policy change recommendations in terms of language and responsibilities that relates to updating the board regarding construction updates. As you've seen, we do that a lot anyway, so this just cleans up some of that language. Before my recommendation for approval of the consent agenda, are there any questions on anything with receive this information? All right, at this time, I'd like to get some information about the items on our consent agenda. Item number 5 contains a list of field athletic trips in need of approval. Item number 6 contains a list of supplemental pay requests. Item number 7 requests approval for opening a credit card for Pine Level Elementary Prattville Kindergarten, Prattville Elementary, Prattville Intermediate, Prattville Primary, Marvin Middle, and Daniel Pratt. This will be utilized for purchases with vendors who do not accept checks for purchase orders, so it's just giving them some flexibility. Item number 8 contains contracts for temporary employment as it relates to coaching. Item number 9 requests approval for the opening of a checking account with the First Community Bank for the Ottawa Virtual Academy. As that school grows, this is the next logical step. They need to set them up with their own school call center, things like that in our internal budget. Item number 10 requests approval to enter into an agreement with a consultant for special education needs as the needs arise. Item number 11 contains supplemental coaching contracts for current employees. Item number 12 contains a contract with Helping Family Initiative. Helping Family Initiatives, as you know, is a partnership with our district attorney that provides additional resources to our families. The contract's in front of you, comes up yearly. It's just time to renew that contract. Are there any questions with the consent agenda as presented?
And Mr. Whipple, we just explained to the public a little bit. I know everybody always gets a little weird when they hear the word credit cards and
Yes.
things, and just kind of explaining how that works and the protections inside the school dealing with credit cards.
Basically, it's just gonna provide them the opportunity, to be able to purchase things, whereas before, if that vendor didn't accept what we needed to be accepted. Mr. Pope or Ms. Wallace, you wanna add anything to that?
So, now we're coming up against a lot of vendors that either want to do an ACH draft out of your account, which we don't allow, or they're like, we don't take checks. Well, our schools need to be able to make these purchases to do that. It's one credit card per school. It has to be checked out. They still have to do a PO to approve everything prior to just going and taking the use of the credit card. But we're coming up in a day and age where sometimes we need to have other options so they can make their purchases.
No matter how hard I wanna fight, kick and scream to not move into the technological age we're here, so, that help?
No, it
Can
does.
I also add
Yeah,
something?
yeah.
It also follows state policy of a purchasing card, so we're just lining up with the state card.
Any other questions? All right, at this time, I recommend approval of the consent agenda as presented.
Board members, you've heard the superintendent's recommendation, may I get a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Need a second?
Second.
All those in favor, please raise your right hand.
All right, at this time, I recommend approval of the personnel report as presented.
Board members, you've heard the superintendent's recommendation, may I get a motion to approve?
So.
Need a second?
Second.
All those in favor, please raise your right hand.
All right, at this time, I would like to ask Ms. Wallace to come forward and present the July bank and financial statements.
It's the great discussion Rebecca and I have every board meeting. I'm like, I'm glad I can speak that. So, tonight's financial presentation is on, the month of end of July. We're at 83% of our budget now. We're getting ready to close out the year end. At this time, within the end of July, we should be, at 83% in our budget. We are over budgeted. We've received more than what we budgeted for our revenues. Now, with that said, we've gotten 89.9 million. We're over 100%. We are receiving supplemental money from the state during July, August, and September for expenses to go into the next fiscal year. For instance, we will receive textbook supplement money to be spent this next year, additional ATF money, and then we have some summer programs that come on. So part of the legislative law was you get the supplemental, they don't part that out like they do the foundation. They send it to you as soon as that law goes into effect. So we get it early to be spent. So you're gonna see that uptick in the revenues because of that. With our expenses, we're at 80%, or 76.8 million of our total budget. So we're doing really well with our expenses of where we are. Our fund balance ended for the month of July at 64.2 million. Our payroll was at 7 million. You're gonna see that uptick because we paid for all the summer reading camps, all that. So July is the big month to get all those summer, extra supplemental pays. Our local revenue, as today, 20.7 million. We're at 95% of our local revenue budget. Collections in July were 1.2 million. Any questions?
All right, just a couple of quick things on the superintendent report. As you know, it's been a really, really good start to the school year. Really the only hiccup we have in facilities was Prattville High School. A huge shout out to our families and students and teachers for working with us on that. But right now, the final inspection for that is scheduled for September the 3rd. Again, for the most part, we're very close to being done. It's just the partitions are on back order and we're waiting on them to arrive. The contractor and everybody along the line feels that September 3rd will give everybody enough time. We've already lined it up with the state. You know, that date's in stone, so, contractor misses that one, he will have additional financial obligations that they're gonna have to do. So, but again, so far so good. I haven't had anything come to us in terms of that, change up. And again, our administrators and teachers and students are doing a really good job of that. I do wanna say as well, you know, I was talking to Mr. Barrington, Mr. Merritt earlier. Over the last year, we have finished over 60 projects as it relates to school improvement. And I know that the frustration is when you miss the deadline, so to speak, like with Prattville High School. Well, as you know, the summer is not 3 months like it used to be. We got a lot done in a month and a half, basically. So, we know that's been an issue, but, we feel good where we're headed and the restrooms look a whole lot better. So I feel good where we're at. The Billingsley project, you know, we've been talking about that project for a year and a half now, and dirt is moving. If you go out there, you will see that, that project is now finally moving forward. There's gonna be a lot of dirt work that has to be done before you see any structures go up, so that process has started. Went out to Marbury today, again, with the erosion and the paving project. That project is moving along very fast. That contractor is on it and doing a really good job there. Again, just as far as projects, you're gonna see some other flooring things go through, but the flooring contractor is working some at nights and on the weekends to not, not impact anything with the schools. You'll see a lot of things over Thanksgiving break, Christmas break. We're gonna continue doing what we've been doing, trying to overhaul some of our facilities. One more thing on that, I keep saying it, but I think it's important the public understands, we're not using general fund budget. We're not using our general dollars. We're maximizing the funds that we get from the state, government, and, most of those are APL funds, and every year we don't know if we're getting them or not, so we're just trying to maximize those funds. Just one more little quick note, as you know, football season's starting this week. I believe Prattville plays Thursday night in the kickoff classic. All of our other schools start Friday night. Really excited to see, our kids get back after it and, watch our football players, cheerleaders, band, students just having a good time on a Thursday and Friday night. So, that's really about it. Do y'all have any questions with anything on my end, with superintendent report, or anything that I can clarify?
No, I think thank you for everybody, trying to get all of the facility maintenance that you guys have done, but then starting the school year, the administration, the parents, the students, faculty at Prattville High School, awesome job there, everyone.
I appreciate it. Got good people, and it's all come together very, very, very well. So, there's no other questions with anything, superintendent report. I guess at this time, I'll recommend entering into executive session under good name and character. There will be no votes taken.
Board members, you've heard the superintendent's recommendation, may I need a motion to approve?
So,
A second, any discussion? All those in favor, please raise your right hand.
all right. At this time, we'll clear the room. We're gonna enter into executive session. If we need to call somebody in, we will. You're welcome. We will come out of executive session, obviously. If you want to stick around for the end of the meeting, you're more than welcome to, but we're gonna clear the room and then we'll bring